At Amplify, we've eliminated all banking fees, so you can have a little extra to share the love. No fees equals more puppy love. Amplify.
My name is Mindy Hofman, and welcome to the Women of Austin podcast. Today, we have Dr. Kerrie Carter-Walker with us. Really appreciate you being here today.
Well, thank you for having me. I am super excited. I love Vasavi, so for her to introduce us, it's truly a blessing. So I'm excited to be here.
Yes. And you're due soon, right?
Yeah, this week.
So extra thank you for making it out and spending the time with us. It's just so exciting. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm glad I did not go into labor early. Yeah. I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah, but we would have made it work either way.
Yeah. I have a feeling you get things done, make things happen.
We're going to make it happen. Absolutely. My name is Dr. Kerrie Carter-Walker, and I am from Cuero, Texas, and I am a realtor, investor, transformational speaker, author, and coach. To be on the Women of Austin podcast means everything to me. I really believe that whatever you hear today, you're meant to hear. You're meant to listen to this dialogue between myself and Mindy and be inspired and empowered to go after your purpose. So a little bit about myself is I am a realtor. I'm an investor, so I invest in real estate as well. But what I'm truly passionate about is speaking. I'm a transformational speaker and coach, and it's all about just helping people find their purpose and really live full lives. Because I truly believe that women of all ages deserve to live a full life full of peace, joy, abundance, and fulfillment. But sometimes we get off our track, because of life, distractions, and it's really important to hone in on who you are and what you're about and use all of your gifts and all of your talents in order to elevate and live an amazing life, because we all deserve that.
Yes, we all deserve that. Yes, I love that. So you have a coaching program for young women.
Yes. Yes, I sure do.
I think that's so special because I feel like when I saw that really stood out to me, because I'm surprised that there isn't more for women. Was it 12 to 18, right?
12 to 18. Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on in your life then, so many changes and so much confusion. And I love that you're doing this. I think that it's really special. And I'd like to hear more about how you decided to work with the younger group and what it's been like so far.
Absolutely. So my program is called I2 Coaching, and it is focused on young women in between the ages of 12 and 18, and all about self-awareness, building their self-esteem, time management, conflict resolution, because I remember being that age, and I'm sure you do too.
Oh, yeah.
And we're trying to figure it out. And I'm one of those people, I grew up with my parents not instilling certain values in me, unfortunately, and not really teaching me, certain things. And so I developed this program after I've gotten to the age that I'm at and the maturity level. And I was like, what can I do to give back? And God downloaded this in my spirit in 2020. And I launched this program called I2 Coaching. So now the goal is to get my program, my curriculum, into different schools to help these young women, so that's middle school and high school, really see value in themselves, to not seek validation from the world around them, but to really figure out who they are and what they're called to be, so they can truly walk in their purpose that God has given them and use all their gifts and all their talents in order to really, really win in life.
I think that's so great. I'm definitely gonna my daughter's 9, but she's right there. She actually does something. She does a kids coaching. She goes to For Kids' Sake. It's what it's called. And she meets with Jenny Buckley. We do sessions of 5, but it's just a time for her to go and talk to someone who gets it. That's not a teacher. That's not a parent. That's not and she's not. They just play and talk that's to her. That's her friend. And I believe that Jenny, I can know Jenny loves these kids. These kids love her.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really special. And I have been thinking about and getting worried about well, then what? Girl,
What's
got
next?
it.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Exactly. And I think it's really about just creating a safe space, because a lot of young women at schools are so focused on academics. And I used to be a teacher and an assistant principal, and they're just so focused on academics. But it's like, if you can really get to the root cause of what is causing some of these girls the issues and the behaviors that they're exhibiting, the academics will come along, right? Yeah. They just have to believe in themselves, and they have to see a purpose for their lives. And once you align that, everything else changes for their lives. So I've seen it happen. I used to, like I said, run my program at the high schools that I was at, and I had a 100% graduation rate.
Yes.
I had a 1% pregnancy rate, and just seeing the lives just transform. And these kids go off to college or go into their careers. They come back and they're like, they used to call me Coach Carter back then. They're like, you helped me out so much. And hearing that, because you don't always hear it, but it's a blessing that I was able to impact their lives and see them grow up and go on to create their own, families and follow their purpose. Is a blessing.
I think too, just knowing that someone cares enough about you, like you said, because I hadn't thought about it this way. So I'm loving this. So at school, you're right, academics and this and that. And then at home, who knows what's going on, and each case is different. And then like friend groups and all that. But just to know that like there's someone like focused on you and all the other stuff. Because they don't teach that in school. Like
they don't.
Purpose and like I didn't even think about finding my purpose or didn't even think that was a thing. Yeah. Until I was like in my 30s.
Yep.
That's something you should kind of start to like think about and know and feel. Mm-hmm. I thought about what I wanted to do, like career, but that's not necessarily your purpose.
No. Mm-mm.
Actually, what would you tell someone who asks you the difference between like what your purpose is and what your career is? Because I feel like that can get like gray.
Absolutely. And just in my experience, and I can only speak just from that point, I realized what my purpose was when everything started to align, right? Mm-hmm. I was using my gifts and my talents that came easy to me. Things that I didn't have to even really think about, things that I wake up and I truly enjoy. That is what your purpose is. A lot of people think you have to get this job, you have to make all this money, but then you're waking up, you're dreading going to work, you're fighting traffic, you're doing all the things that you don't want to do, and it's just a cycle. But when you're in your purpose, you are actively waking up and you are passionate about it. And you wake up and you're like, man, I get to do this today. Not, oh, I have to do this, but I get to do it. And that's when you're walking in your purpose.
Introducing the new Women of Austin community. You asked, we answered. We have created a special online community where we can stay connected between events without the distractions of your typical social media platforms. You'll find exclusive content, in-person member-only events, discounts from local businesses, and so much more. Become a founding member today at womenofaustincommunity.com. Women of Austin would like to thank our community sponsors. Hot Works Austin Lakeline at Anderson Mill Road and FM 620. Dave's Ultimate Automotive. Visit davesultimateautomotive.com and become a part of the Dave's family today. Magic Robot, magicrobot.com. Elite Marquee and Events at Elite Marquee Austin. Hi, my name is Mindy Hofman, and I'm the founder of Women of Austin. Today, we're filming at a beautiful property. It's a listing from the agency Austin by Mike McGavero. This house is at 601 Riley Street in Rollingwood. It is an entertainer's dream. It's got 3 levels. It's got a pool, a kitchen, tons of room to spread out. You just have to see it. I'll put the link in the description where you can learn more about the agency Austin, this house, and Mike. We love you guys for having us. Thank you so much. I feel like as we get older and change, your purpose can change, or absolutely. It can be the same. But I always think that's something to think about, and that's something that I also am interested in, because as you get, again, like as I get older, like, or even as different phases as a parent, or as like in friend groups, as things change, or as the world changes, your purpose can change. And I think it's fascinating that it's exciting that you can keep changing your purpose. Like you don't have to like find your purpose and stick in it. But what I'm learning from you now too is that even when you found your purpose and you're in your flow, if something feels off, it's okay for it to change.
Yeah, it's just evolution. You know, we're constantly evolving. I even think about my marriage. You know, when we got together, we've been together for 11 years, married for 6. Who I was when I was in my 20s is not who I am now. We evolve. We learn to love each other differently, you know? And that's the same with your purpose. You might start off in one direction. You're like, you know what? I really was passionate about this, but something is changing. Something is evolving. Like when I started doing real estate, I love showing houses and helping people buy and sell and invest. But I also, like I talked to you about this the other day, it's all about real estate now. Like I am all about real estate, but from the heart and who you are and how your perspective is and how you shift your mindset. That's real estate. You know, once you get to that, to the core of who you are, life changes. You see things differently. It's all about your perspective. But real estate as a whole is who I am. I keep hitting this microphone, but it's all good. But yeah, it's all about evolution and evolving and being a better person each and every day. And I look at it as if I can just be 1% better each and every day, I'm doing something. I'm changing. I'm helping someone else. I'm viewing the world differently. I'm helping these young women see that they can live these full lives and go after abundance and joy and peace. So I always tell people just be 1% better and you're doing something.
Yes. You know what? I think I'm gonna go home and write that on my mirror. That's good. That's good to remember. Just a little bit. It doesn't always have to be this big thing. Just be a good person.
Yeah.
Like, right. Just do your best to be a good neighbor and lead with intention.
Yeah.
And another thing we talked about too is authenticity. So being authentic.
Yeah.
So what do you tell people, or especially these young women, like, do you think you can teach someone how to be authentic or just make them aware?
I think it's all about just awareness on who you are, because right now the young women and men, there's social media. It's social media. So you're scrolling through Instagram and you're seeing all these figures and, you know, makeup and clothes you should be wearing, and it influences their minds, right? But when you start to bring in awareness of who they really are, what are they talented at? What brings them joy, what wakes them up in the morning, and you change that perspective, then you start to become authentic. I remember when I was younger, I was just doing what my parents wanted me to do. Hey, like, I think you should go to this college. You know, I think you should run track. I hated running track. My mom was like, you got to run track. And I'm like, why do I have to do this? I don't love this. And I didn't give it my all. But when you start to put things into perspective for these young kids, so if you want to be a pilot, then what are the things I need to do? Now math starts making sense. Now science starts making sense, because this is what I want to do. You know, if I want to be in communications, I want to be on TV or whatnot, well, I have to do all these different things to get there. Then you start putting that in their viewpoint, and that awareness changes, and then they become more authentic because they know who they are.
Ooh, I love that. I'm like, okay, so I feel like the grown-ups, you're going to move up to grown-up coaching too, right?
I am, actually. Yes, that is coming.
Good,
that is coming. Absolutely.
I think that just paying attention too. Yeah. And I love breaking it down. I think that looking at the big picture, right? I'm getting this right. And then just breaking it down into, you make it sound so easy.
Well, it's not. It's definitely not easy, but it's all about, it takes time.
Yeah. Okay.
And having kids understand that, you know, it's not going to be the microwave mentality. Not everything's going to happen in 30 seconds. Not everything's going to happen in a year, but you have to put in the work, and you have to be patient with that. And that's something I'm still learning myself, is being patient with the process and going at the pace of grace. And a lot of people they give up. Oh, this is too hard. Or, oh, it's been 5 years and I'm not where I want to be. Well, it's taking a little bit more time. There's something else you need. Maybe you need a mentor. Maybe you need a coach. Maybe you need to switch something up. Maybe you're not going in the right direction. Yeah. There's so many different things that happen, but you have to have people like me, you know, like you, that are putting this podcast on to bring awareness to other people that can help them get into the right and head into the right direction.
That's what I love. That's one of the best things about doing this, is that I get to talk to people like you, and you know, I just learn so much all the time, and I hope to bring value to everyone that's listening, because
you are. And
you never know when somebody needs to hear something, or I listen to podcasts all the time because I just think that it's great, because there are things that I don't think about, and it's just such a nice way to get information, especially when you're on the go, because everyone's so busy now. And I just think that it's great. 'Cause now you have your podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
So how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing it for a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a new venture for me, but yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for a year.
So how's it going? And I love the energy.
Yeah, so my podcast is More Than the Bag.
Yep.
And it's all about helping people chase the right bag. Because everybody's like, I got to secure the bag. I got to do this. But your bag is your calling. Your bag is your superpower. And when you follow that, like I said, that's your purpose. Like, go after it with everything in you. And you have so much more to live for, so much more peace, so much more joy. So it's a cool venture. I'm actually going to have Vasavi on tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get to see her twice this week. So that's awesome. But yeah, it's going pretty well. Definitely could be doing more. But like I said, go at the pace of grace and be patient with the process. And yeah, whoever's lives is going to change and bless, that's who it's supposed to be for.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. My grandmother always said something. She says a lot of funny things, but this one is serious. It's like something that stuck with me. That's like more serious. But she says, Mindy, you got to remember patience, faith, reward. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I get that. You gotta have patience. You gotta have faith. There it'll be.
Absolutely.
So if then things get tougher, I'm just like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Then I'm like, okay, hold on. Be still. Be patient.
Yep.
Have faith.
And that's it. I think even just like right now, like I'm in a season of a lot of stuff is happening. A lot of things are moving. About to have a baby, and I'm like, am I where I want to be? But I'm where I need to be. And that's all about being patient, being aware of where I'm at, and knowing that I have this vision and I'm going after it and it's going to happen, but it's all about that patience and having faith enough to wait on what God is doing in my life. So I love that. And then the reward will come.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the best part.
That's the best part. That's the best part. I can't wait for that. But yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Go, Grandma.
Go, Grandma. Nana, we talking to you? Okay, so I'm really curious about coaching. I've met a lot of coaches and a lot of people coach in different things. And you said one of the things you mentioned was like finding a mentor or a coach.
Right.
And I wanted to know, have you ever had a coach? And yes. And tell me about it because I'm fascinated by it. I think it's such a great thing. So.
Absolutely. So one of my coaches, her name is Patrice Washington, and she's known as the Money Maven. She's like been on the Steve Harvey show. She's another show that she has right now on PBS, and she does like a lot of money management, but she started this program called Purpose to Platform. And we call it P2P. And there was 6 different coaches: mindset, faith, capacity. Just all a different array. And it was a 12-week program. And I learned so much just about myself, so much about my purpose, so much about healing that I didn't even know I needed to hear. And it tapped into an area that I was uncomfortable with.
Yep, that's good, right?
Yes, it was. It was.
Term.
But the breakthrough that came from that, because I said yes to her program. I could have said, no, I'm not spending this money on this program. I'll let somebody else do it. Maybe I'll just watch a YouTube video and I'll keep figuring it out. But something was like leading me to join this program. And I really shut my life down for those 12 weeks so I could really be all in the program. But the things that I learned about my faith, about my mindset, about capacity and all these different things was life-changing. And the healing that I received and the breakthrough, no money, I can't put money on that. It was worth every single penny.
Nice.
And just having her pour into me was what I needed during that time. And then shortly after I got pregnant and my marriage is much better. My life is moving in a better direction. So coaching, mentorship is very important. I feel like it's vital. Like if you're wanting to get to a certain point in life, you need to seek out and get a coach or a mentor. And there is a difference between mentorship and coaching, right?
Yeah.
Like your coach is like that cheerleader. They're going to be there. They're going to, encourage you. Hey, like get up off your butt and let's get this stuff going. And a mentor is more like kind of, softer touch than the coach, but still is going to encourage you as well. But man, it's vital. You got to have a coach.
Okay. I have people who've given like mixed I love what you just said, because that's what it should be. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. And I think that when you find the right coach too, it seems like that can be life-changing. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Like, look at your face. Like, yeah, like I'm sold.
But it's right. I think you're right about finding the right person. Because some people, there's so many different programs out here, and you don't really know which one you should be a part of.
Yeah.
Some are great, some are not.
Yeah.
And it discourages a lot of people from finding the right one. But once you do light up. And you're like, man, like I needed this.
Yeah.
I needed this right now in my life. And everything changed.
Asking for a friend, me.
I love it. I love it.
Well, good. Well, we're actually almost out of time, but thank you so much for being here. But before we wrap, I wanted to ask you if there's anything that's on your heart or anything that we missed or...
Everything that we talked about today. You know, I hope people took notes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm big on bring your journal, bring your pen, get whatever you can get. But at the end of the day, just make sure that people use all of their gifts and all of their talents. And before it's time for them to go, because everybody has an expiration date, that they use all of that and they really do something that elevates their life, elevates their family's lives, and they get to that point in their life where they are truly happy and full of joy and full of peace and full of abundance, because life is meant to be enjoyed. We should not just be moving through life defeated, broke, misunderstood. We should be living the best lives that we can, and we should be transforming from the inside out on a daily basis. And just make sure you always become 1% better each and every day.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Mindy.
Oh my gosh, this is so great. I'm gonna pick your brain all the time now.
Not a problem. We're connected.
Watch out.
I was like, we're connected. We're connected. Not a problem.
Thank you so much for watching today. To learn more about our guest, Dr. Kerrie Carter-Walker, you can head to the links in the description. We love you for watching. Thanks so much for joining us today on the Women of Austin podcast. A new episode premieres twice a month right here on the Women of Austin channel. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you never miss an episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at women_of_Austin. My name is Mindy Hofman. I hope you'll join us for our next episode of the Women of Austin podcast. Light it up, light it up.